안녕하세요. Yaboyrocklee 한국말 못해요. 한국말 조금 해요. So I'm working with a little Korean. I could say other stuff. This is not necessary on an intro. Like I could say chonchim. Wait. I got this. Chonchim 드셨어요? 아침 드셨어요. That's I said. Do you want breakfast? Do you want lunch? What else can I say? 몰라요. That means I don't know. So I can say that. I could have said 저도 몰라요. Like me neither, right? So yeah, I got my stuff. I just what I need right now is more scenarios to use Korean so I can fire off the things that I'm learning. But 몰라요. Let's just jump into it. Anyways, we're welcome to the world of K-dramas, and we are jumping into one of the most iconic K-dramas of all time, Guardian, the Lonely Great God, also known as Goblin. This 2016 masterpiece has captivated all of you guys worldwide because it was one of the most commonly recommended series that we reacted to. So let's jump into the storyline and give you guys a quick rundown, thoughts, and what's so good about the series for many people. So let's jump into the storyline. Goblin tells the story of Kim Shin, an immortal goblin played by Gong Yu. Once a mighty general, he is cursed with eternal life as punishment. Yeah, eternal life. He gets to live forever, and that's a punishment in the show. Anyways, he gets his punishment for the countless lives he took, and the only way to end his immortality is to find his goblin bride, the only one who could pull the sword embedded in his chest and set him free. Now, just to let you guys know, I'm just going to stick to just a high-level breakdown, and at the end, I'm just going to freestyle my thoughts. Anyways, Untak, played by Kim Go-eun, is a high school student who can see ghosts and is destined to be the goblin's bride. Their relationship unfolds with a mix of humor, romance, and heart-wrenching drama. The story is beautifully layered with past and present connections, revealing how their fates are intertwined across timelines. Kim Shin's immortal life is filled with loneliness and regret. Despite his godlike powers, he longs for mortality. Go figure. The sword in his chest, visible only to his destined bride, is a constant reminder of his past sins and the only means to end his suffering. This element adds a layer of tragic beauty to his character, making his journey both painful and profound.
네가 전생에 뭐였든 뭘 했든 하나도 안 중요해.
Their first meeting is as dramatic as it gets. Untak, in a moment of despair, accidentally summons the goblin. From this point, their lives are intertwined. Untak's bright and optimistic nature begins to melt the goblin's icy exterior, and what starts as an awkward relationship gradually turns into a deep and meaningful bond. What truly makes Goblin stand out are the unexpected twists and turns. The Grim Reaper, this is where my excitement picks up, portrayed by Lee Don-wook, a fellow member of the Lee family. You already know. He's a pivotal character with a mysterious past that links directly to Kim Shin's history. He is revealed to be Wang Yo, the king who is responsible for Kim Shin's tragic fate. This revelation is a major turning point in the series, adding layers of complexity to their relationship.
아저씨, 닥쳐! 사랑, 내 이동!
Reincarnation and past lives play a crucial role in the narrative. Sunny, played by Yoon Ina, is revealed to be a reincarnation of Kim Soon, Kim Shin's sister, and Wang Yo's queen. Their tragic love story from the past is revisited in the present, adding a poignant twist to their interactions. The series masterfully interweaves these past and present connections, creating a rich tapestry of fate and destiny. The relationships in Goblin are another highlight. The bromance between Goblin and the Grim Reaper provide, I mean this, much needed comic relief and emotional depth. Their evolving friendship, from reluctant housemates to true comrades, is one of the most beautiful aspects of the series. Their banter and mutual support add a human touch to their supernatural personas. And this, my friends, is pretty much my favorite part of the show. But I digress, and we will get to that at the end. Untak's journey is equally compelling. Orphaned at a young age and constantly harassed by her aunt and cousins, she grows up feeling isolated despite her ability to see ghosts. In fact, that might make you feel more isolated if you ask me. Her encounter with the goblin changes everything. She finds a family in him and his quirky friends, and her character blossoms from a lonely girl into a confident, loving woman. Even just picturing her smile right again, I can't help but think, Ojashi. I think I'm butchering it, but Ojashi. There's something that she says which means like older person or something. Anyways, the love story between Kim Shun and Untak is the heart of the series. It transcends time and space, blending the mundane with the magical. Their love faces numerous trials, including Goblin's inevitable departure. The series beautifully portrays their bittersweet relationship, emphasizing themes of love, loss, and destiny. In other words, sad love. This is a series that coined the term sad love for me, and it's beautiful. It really is. The series is a roller coaster of emotions, delivering both heartwarming and heartbreaking moments. Untak's struggles with her orphan status and her ability to see ghosts are portrayed with sensitivity. Kim Shin's sacrifices and his ultimate quest for redemption tug at the heartstrings. The farewell and reunions are poignantly depicted, and they leave a lasting impact on viewers. Goblin isn't just about its plot, it's also about its visual and auditory appeal, and the visual is what I'm talking about. The stunning cinematography, capturing both the historical and modern settings, adds a layer of beauty to the narrative. The evocative soundtrack, oh my god, featuring memorable tracks like Stay With Me, that is on my phone by the way, that is actually on my playlist, by Chanel and Punch, enhances the emotional depth of this story. I know I said I was going to talk at the end, guys, but that soundtrack go crazy. Sometimes, I don't know if the scenes is hitting, but things is happening, and then boom, they insert the soundtrack. It's like, oh, snap, the scene is fire. That's something that really carries for a show like Goblin, and it's very common in some of these love K-dramas. Yo, the people that make these songs are as important as the actors themselves. So what makes Goblin such a standout show? Well, it's blended with fantasy, romance, and historical elements, and these are weaved in seamlessly. The show's ability to balance light-hearted moments with profound, end-of-the-world existential themes is unparalleled. Its exploration of life, death, and the human experience resonates deeply with viewers. What made Goblin different from the previous shows was its high production quality and cinematography approach. The stunning visuals, combined with hauntingly beautiful soundtracks, sets a new standard for K-dramas. The show's ability to weave complex characters and intricate storylines while maintaining a magical realism, that feel was groundbreaking. And you know, real talk, I can appreciate that, especially being among the first of its kind and kind of setting the tone, setting the foundation for the future. That's a big deal. Goblin has an amazing cast. Gung Yu's portrayal as a tortured yet lovable goblin brought depth and charisma to the character, and guys, that was unforgettable. Kim Go-eun's performance as a brave and optimistic Un-tak was both endearing and compelling. Like I said, I can picture that girl's smile right now. It's a beautiful smile. She really is a lovable character and person. Lee Dun-wook's transformation from a stoic Grim Reaper to a vulnerable, love-struck man added so much layers to his character, and Yoon In-na's role as the strong yet tragic Sunny was equally memorable. Goblin has left such an indelible mark on the K-drama landscape. It has won numerous awards and continues to be a fan favorite years after its release. The series' legacy is evident to its enduring popularity and the way it influenced other genres. Its blend of romance, fantasy, and deep emotional themes has set a high bar for storytelling in television. Guardian, the Lonely and Great God, is a timeless story that will continue to enchant audiences for years to come. It's a perfect blend of fantasy, romance, and drama, coupled with stellar performances with high production values, which makes it a must-watch for K-drama fans. If you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out on a gem in the K-drama world. Thanks for watching. Now, y'all gonna get the talk. The unscripted talk. Lee just talking. So, I am a different person. See, I really enjoyed aspects of Goblin a lot. I think the story is amazing. I think it's iconic. We cannot forget, editor, you gotta insert the scene. It's two of them. It's Goblin and Grim Reaper just pulling up to save this girl when she got kidnapped. And the second one when they went out to get the groceries and it kind of got interrupted. Both of those scenes, I've replayed those numerous times. What I love about the show in particular is Grim Reaper and Sunny's relationship. I really love that, and I particularly love the character Grim Reaper. He's just hilarious, the puppy dog eyes, and I ain't gonna lie, you know, he's handsome, man. He's mad easy on the eyes. Y'all can judge me, but yeah, I like watching it. I love a beautiful actress, but hey, man, sometimes I also like a nice homie on the screen. 'Cause I gotta watch him too, right? And the way his emotions just kind of rest on his face, he's easy on the eye. It's not like I'm into the dude, but from an artistic point of view, it is what it is. The Greeks would know. He was pleasant to watch on the screen. Goblin, right? Dope, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. This is probably the only review where you get a hint of things I'm displeased with. But please, 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 just take the honesty. Please take the honesty. Always know, despite what you're about to hear me say right now, I highly recommend Goblin for any K-drama fan. I think it's worth being a timeless. I think it's worth being a classic, and it definitely has some high-level moments. The disconnect for me happens because I'm not an emotional person naturally. So a lot of times there are long moments where I believe that's the cue for the audience to cry. Yo, they just said the wildest story possible, and now they're staring at each other, right? Music's playing. I already told you about the dope soundtrack. Cry, give you time to get your tissues, but I don't cry in those scenes. So a lot of times when the things happen, I have nothing to do but stare. And with the group, because I do reactions, I would naturally want to talk or make some inappropriate jokes because that's just what my natural reaction is. But I feel like if I watch it with my wife, I'm just gonna be honest, this is not gonna be a normal talk. If I watch it with my wife, it'd be way different because I would talk and speak the way I would want to. But doing reactions, there's certain things like you can't say that joke because it's inappropriate. You're gonna offend people. So you just gotta sit there and stare. So then you get disconnected. A person like me gets disconnected. And what I did not realize how much Goblin was suffering, even though he was quite articulate about his suffering and how lonely he was, because he's quite charismatic. He does these little antics and he acts childish so many times. So I didn't really feel like he was suffering until like the bitter end. Like literally until like the bitter end, I'm like, oh, it's like that. Oh, it's like that. This dude is really, really suffering. And to be honest, my personality type should have recognized that because I behave the same way. You can't tell when I'm suffering because I do the same childish acts. I say nonsense. I got high levels of charisma. I start dishing out jokes. I told you when the moments were sad, I would think inappropriate jokes. I just know that you guys wouldn't necessarily like that if you're watching reactions to it. So that personality type is me. I'm him for real. So anyways, that part, that's I don't want to say it's a con on my personality. It just is what it is. And if I told you anything else, it'd be not authentic as far as my personal approach. The relationship I had to get over because the characters look like the youth and the Goblin looks way older than his love interest. And they kept going really back and forth. They really kept going back and forth. I was like, yo, what's going on with y'all, man? Make up your mind. Pull this sword out. Get it over with. Yeah, that's what kept happening a lot. But at the same time, despite all of that, these characters are very lovable and the actors are amazing. It's an amazing cast of actors where you felt, like their performances are convincing. The problem would be like interpretations of particular scenes, which was not particular scenes, interpretation of particular characters, which only was Goblin. Not realizing how much this man was suffering. I feel like as a viewer, if I had felt his suffering, and he broke character a little bit earlier on, sometimes I would get it. This dude was down, but sometimes like when he was crying in a comedic way for me. So I didn't really feel the stakes, even though the stakes are well articulated, well laid out. Now, that aside, okay. The actual context, the actual story of itself was quite amazing. Really was curious, really invested on what Goblin's backstory is. How did we come to light? Who is who, right? Because you're watching, like, yo, I think that person is that person, and there is something that they do that's misleading in the way characters are portrayed, so you can't guess, you know? And learning about like the career of a Grim Reaper, how Grim Reaper got into this position, those are all great gems. And what I also appreciated is the love isn't just so happy-go-lucky and everything works out. There's loss. There's a lot of loss in it, and that sad love, there's something about it where I feel like it's the best type of ending that a drama can have. Every now and then you'll watch something, I won't spoil it, and it has a great happy ending, and that's great, so it's nice to sprinkle it in. But Goblin pulling it off in the way they do, really just pulling at your heartstrings, like, god dang it. That's what makes it iconic. That's what makes it definitely a worth watch. And you know, that's that. They had this ghoul villain type dude from the past. He was hating on Goblin so much. I loved that character. I love the hating energy, because I'm just that kind of guy. So that's that. Sunny, like I already told you, I was very invested in the Sunny and Grim Reaper side of things, and it didn't go in an orthodox way. It wasn't portrayed in an orthodox way. So it was really enjoyable to watch those two particular characters go just go in the direction that they were going to go, and the decisions that they would make. They were just sad. You see, the Grim Reaper relationship, that was sad to me, and the Goblin relationship was supposed to be sad, but I wasn't feeling like it was sad. And then some of the decisions, I'm not trying to spoil the whole plot if you haven't seen it, but there's going to be some decisions or fates that people are trying to escape that you can only run from for so long, and fate just has a way of just catching up to you, or it's just the way things are designed. It still has a good, like, there's still good in it. By the way, I'm talking about the tone, not talking about the series being good. I'm talking about sad love versus happy love. There's still good in it, but it's kind of just realistic. Not everything works out the way you want it to, and not everything starts off smooth sailing. There's plenty of relationships that start off on the rocky side, and they just work out. It just takes time, healing, moving forward, all this other extra stuff, and Goblin has those elements. So, that's my thoughts. So, like, really taking it home. The only thing that if I were to change it would be certain scenes, just to kind of cut them shorter. The staring scenes, but nowadays they don't do that as much, those staring scenes. So I think that was just a thing for its time, because the cinematography is amazing. So, like, those moments where they're not talking, they're just staring at each other, you're just supposed to watch the scene. You're supposed to watch this handsome actor, and you're supposed to watch this beautiful face. That's what we're doing. Song is playing, cry. That's what's happening. But if you have a hole in your heart like I do, it's okay not to be okay. You don't emotionally respond in the way that they would want you to. So that's what I went through. But I can still look at it and objectively say this is an amazing story. So that's my review. That's my authentic talk. I hope y'all can tolerate it. And that's probably the only one that I think I'm going to hit, because there's not a lot of them. You know what it is? Let me actually rephrase it. This is the only timeless show where I have this kind of remark that I think I would cover or post. But this show is still it's still a worthy show of even being discussed and put out there and being recommended. There's other shows I'm just not even going to do a video about. They're not even worth it. So I hope people can understand that. Like, the fact that I've made a video about it means that this series is worth that investment. And it's not without some particular criticism. But the fact that is that. There's other shows, I'm not even going to do a video about it. I'm never going to post this video. Like, it is what it is. So, all right, guys. I'm out. I do post these reactions on Yaboyrocklee. And that's going to be in the description of this video. If y'all want to learn some Korean, check out the Pimsleur learning app. That's also in the description of this video and the pinned comment. Guys, until next time, I'm Yaboyrocklee, and I'm out.